And joining me right now, the song that has been played on this air race twice, Big City and Bright Lights. And now to hear the lovely lady behind that song, Miss Erin McAndrew. How's it going, Erin?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good for being on the show this evening.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
And thank you for allowing us to play Big City and Bright Lights on
Thank
the
you for
airwaves.
playing it.
Yeah, I played it twice. I played it before the show began, and I played it in a rare break that I do. I usually just do 1 hour straight, and then boom, that's it. But
That's awesome.
so it's very and this is definitely the first time that I played a new song twice.
Well, that sounds like a good sign.
Yeah, so again, we definitely appreciate you being on. So let's talk about this song in particular, Big City and Bright Lights. Talk about the writing process of, and what's the song all about?
So it's actually about I would call it my ode New York. I actually just moved to Los Angeles from New York. And it was a song that I wrote when I was getting to a point where I kind of felt like I needed to make a change in my life. I felt like, especially, I just felt like I was at a point in my career where I wanted to make a change. Things felt a little stagnant. New York City always is so exciting, but I was getting to the point, as a lot of New Yorkers do, where you start to feel like it's a little too cramped here. I'm paying a little too much for, a cocktail. I just need, and granted, Los Angeles isn't that much cheaper, but I was looking for a different place to grow, a different place to write music, and the Big City and Bright Lights was kind of my, I guess, love letter but goodbye letter to New York, and how much I'll miss it, but how much I'm excited for new opportunities, and how much it's really kind of helped me grow as a person over the past 13 years that I had lived there.
I have visited New York before, and it turned out to be quite interesting for the wrong reasons. Truth fact of the matter is, my family visit there when there was a lot, when the whole electricity blackout, if you will.
Oh my gosh, yeah, back in 2003, I think it was, right?
Yes. So what had happened was we was in the middle of Times Square somewhere, and that's when we find out. Now, New York, Times Square especially, it tends to get very crowded.
It's crazy.
So,
I avoided it at all costs when I lived there.
Yeah. So, that's when we knew that something was wrong. All the electricity went out, and we had to walk 20 blocks just to get to our hotel. And then on the day that we was, planning to leave, as soon as the electricity went back on, we got the heck out of there as quick as possible.
I think you need to give it another chance, because Times Square isn't I don't think the best example of what New York has to offer, but I can see how having that experience would be a little traumatizing and okay, I don't want to go there kind of feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I want to come back. It's just that was just my first experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't hate the city. I love it. I've interviewed people that's lived there or used to live there.
Yeah.
And and it's a lovely city. Very expensive, but very lovely city.
Yes.
So I can understand, how you feel, especially, New York. This is a very entertainment-filled city, and so much is going on there, and you're trying to get yourself out there, and there's so many people from your area, if you will, try to get themselves out there, and sometimes you just need to, just let them know, hey, it's been real, but I'm going to the West Coast.
Yeah, it's true.
So New York City, I love y'all. Please don't take it personal.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically what my song is saying.
Yeah. So this EP that you got planned to be released in September or October. What's the name of the EP?
So the EP is called Stay Alive, and it's kind of inspiration behind it is there's a song. It's called Stay Alive. It's by Jose Gonzalez. It's a beautiful song that I definitely recommend everyone listen to. But basically with that, it's kind of a, when thinking about staying alive, it's also behind that, it's like never settling and always staying alive. You only have one life to the fullest. Take big risks, do big things, like, move across the country at some point in your life maybe, or move someplace that you've never been. Do something you've never done, or do something that is maybe scaring you every once in a while. So that's kind of my inspiration behind the title for that track, and some of the other songs on the album reflect that. So I'm very, very excited.
So, as a singer and songwriter, who do you consider your influences?
One of my biggest influences, I would have to say, is Sarah Bareilles. Her songwriters just completely speak to me, and I would say, like, her lyrically, like, I'm crazily inspired by her. I would say, like, as far as, like, styles of music, I always, like, consider my style of music a little bit more like Sarah Bareilles meets Pat Benatar meets Kelly Clarkson, meets maybe some, like, classic rock and country tones in there from time to time. So it's kind of a plethora / hybrid, if you will. But I would say she's one of my biggest influences as far as my songwriting goes.
So you made the move. How has it been living on the opposite coast, total different time zone as well? How has it been with the move so far?
Well, my husband and I just got here like a week and a half ago, actually just about 2 weeks ago. We just moved into our apartment this week, so right now it's like, and we finally have all of our belongings. So now it's just kind of getting settled in and whatnot. And we haven't gotten a chance. We actually just did our first LA hike today since we've lived here at Fryman Canyon, which was great. So that kind of like felt, very like, oh, okay, we're here, like we're doing this, So, I'm excited to kind of get back into the groove. I'm starting, getting back to work on Monday, working on like some more of my music things and some of my goals and with my music and whatnot, and getting ready for my release in September and October. I've kind of allowed myself this past month to, obviously we traveled across the country, so that took a while, and then kind of get settled into an apartment. So I'm ready to kind of get hit the ground running and see what Los Angeles has to offer for me and my music career and what opportunities are out there.
So as far as now pursuing your music career, or continuing it for that matter, and then you got the new EP coming out. So as far as the EP, like, how long did it took for you to record this EP, and how do you feel about the songs that you have and preparing for its release?
So I'd say it took this time probably, over the course of, I'd say I started in March, I want to say. It was like end of March, beginning of April, and we ended in mid-June, I believe. So a few months. I did a lot of the songwriting prior, and then also did some of the writing of the actual like music with my producer. So it was a much different feel to this record, or this EP, compared to my last album that I released last year. I'm going a little more country, which is exciting, but also not, explored yet. So it took a little bit longer to create that this time than last time, because last time I did more pop rock. So it was a great process. It was really neat to kind of hear myself in a different genre that I'm not used to, and I'm very excited for the possibilities and the direction that I'm going in with it, because I think there's a lot of possibility in country music.
I've talked to a lot of independent artists, unsigned artists, and for a lot of them, they told me that they've had this share of challenges. What do you consider your biggest challenge as an artist that's doing all of this, and this is all on your money, and not no big label or anything like that, what do you consider the biggest challenge you face as like an independent type of artist?
I mean, I really think I think it's really, as independent artists and as musicians nowadays, you kind of are running your own show and running your own business in a way. You're the CEO of your own, songwriter, singer-songwriter company in a way, because you're selling yourself and you have to figure out how to promote yourself. So for me, my biggest challenge is really learning what the music industry is about nowadays and learning the best tactics to get myself out there and promote myself and help grow my fan base and create, friendships and relationships with my fans. And that's really what it comes down to. And nowadays with being able to grow your fan base, because of social media nowadays, you do have that more friendship with your fans that, help trust you, help them believe in you, help them promote yourself. Like I've had few fans that I've had who have been insanely supportive that make, these amazing graphics of promoting like my different, my YouTube channel and my, my upcoming songs and whatnot. And I don't ask them to do these things. They just do these things. But had I not created this, relationship/friendship with these people, then it wouldn't happen. So I'd say that's probably been my biggest challenge to grow upon that. And also trying to learn as much as I can and not overwhelming myself at the same time with too much information, which is what I tend to do sometimes. So, but it's also very fun learning about all of these different things and how I can enhance my music career, as an independent artist and on my own instead of, going directly to a label and having all these different management companies do it for me instead. I kind of like learning to do it myself. So there's that too.
So what do you consider as the biggest highlight of your music career thus far? Whether it's a show that you perform or a song that you've wrote, what do you consider the biggest highlight of your career thus far?
I would definitely have to say releasing my album last year and having an album release party with it. I just think that was definitely one of my biggest highlights because it was one of those things that I did from start to finish, and I, self-released it and, did all of the moving parts that were for it, So that to me was a huge accomplishment in itself and has definitely been one of the biggest highlights for me. I also just booking gigs and whatnot. I do a lot of cover artist gigs, so obviously I have my originals, but I also play a lot of cover gigs at wineries and bars and, tasting rooms and whatnot. So the fact that I had kind of been able to build up and get a consistent amount of gigs that way has also been a huge highlight for me as well. I think I've been doing this for the past 3 years and have played, at least a show or two a week. So just the fact that I've done all of that myself without the help of a booking agent or anything like that, I think is a huge accomplishment and had my career.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. And, congrats on what you've been able to accomplish thus far. And it is proof that being an independent artist and being able to do things on your own terms, put music out on your own terms, it is possible. It definitely takes hard work, a good work ethic to make it happen. Definitely takes support, obviously. And you,
absolutely.
And you have quite a strong fan base. Supported you like real hard. Like I for example, the poster that you've been promoting earlier today, especially on the Twitter feeds, like a lot of people was retweeting. Like people were supporting you real hard. So
yeah,
you definitely have something good going with your
absolutely.
fan base. So shout out to the Erin McAndrew fans out there. Appreciate y'all.
And thank you to all of you that are listening, that have retweeted, that have liked, shared, etc.
So, and I think I'm going to use that same poster and put it on my YouTube channel, and I'll see that link once it's uploaded for sure.
That'd be perfect.
So before I let you go, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links and where can people can listen and purchase your music?
Awesome. So you can catch me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is I am Erin McAndrew. My Instagram name is Erin McAndrew Official. You can also find me under Erin McAndrew as well for that one. And as far as Facebook goes, it's facebook.com/Erin McMusic. My website is erinmcmusic.com. That's erinmcmusic.com. And as far as my music, I'd love for you to visit my Bandcamp site. So my Bandcamp site is erinmcandrew.bandcamp.com. But I'd also love, if this is okay, which I'm sure it's fine, I have some free music that I'd love to give out. If you go to freemusicfromerin.com, that's freemusicfromerin.com, you can get 3 free songs from my life. I would definitely want to plug that as the last one if you like what you've heard today on the show.
I'm pretty sure that's everyone's favorite word. Free.
I know, that's what I figured.
Yeah. So, free 99, as people like to say. And while that is very lovely, please support this woman. If you like the songs that you hear, free songs, you go purchase her records, her songs, and be on the lookout for Staying Alive EP coming out September or October. And then also Big City and Bright Lights, the song that you've heard twice on these airwaves, that's going to be off the EP. And I'm very happy again to say that I've one of the first people to have played this song on any form of radio. So Erin, thank you for being on the show, and continue success. Have fun in LA, and continue success. I look forward to the release. And
yes, thank you, and thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
You have a good night and have a good weekend.
You too. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.